Hey guys, today I want to have some really important conversations with you around gaslighting. I'm seeing there's a lot of misconception, especially online, about what is and isn't gaslighting. And this is really concerning because there is things and people that are being labeled as gaslighting when it's actually not, and then vice versa. And this is important when we're talking about domestic violence, when we're talking about family violence, when we're talking about healthy relationships. We need to look at some of these buzzwords that have gotten a bit of traction over the last few years, and gaslighting is one of them. Something I'm seeing a lot online is with popular TV shows and Netflix shows. There's a bit of controversy around, will this person gaslit this person? And what I'm actually seeing sometimes is people are getting it wrong or getting it backwards as to who gaslit who, or that it wasn't even gaslighting in the first place. So, what is gaslighting? I first of all want to point out that gaslighting is intentional, it is manipulation, it's generally psychological and emotional manipulation and abuse that is deliberate, and it is systematic. So sometimes it can be once off, but as a general rule, it is something that happens over a prolonged period of time, and it makes the victim question their sanity, right? It makes the victim question their thoughts, their memories, their perception of reality. But a key thing is that when we're talking about gaslighting, there is an absolute denial of that person's reality. Okay. And so the person, the perpetrator, they will not accept another point of view other than their own. And that's a key. And I want to point that out because victims of true gaslighting, it generally happens over time. It makes them question themselves. They lose their self-esteem. They lose their self-confidence. It is a lot of mental and emotional abuse, and it makes that person feel mentally and emotionally unstable. And they can become quite dependent on the perpetrator because there's a lot of control, there's a lot of manipulation, and there's a lot more to gaslighting than just a difference of opinion. And that's where we need to go with this, because gaslighting is not having a difference of opinion. That is a normal, healthy relationship. You're never going to be on the same page all the time. There has to be healthy conflict, and the way you deal with that is dependent on the person, the people that you're interacting with. So if we know that gaslighting is deliberate and intentional, it is making someone question their sanity and is complete denial of any other reality other than the reality they experience. What it is not having conflict. It is not having a difference of opinion. You are going to have difference of opinion with family, with friends, with your partner. That is normal. And if we look at NLP and other tried and true methods of psychology and wellness and healthcare, there is no such thing as reality. We all have a different perception of reality. It's like that meme that you would have seen on Facebook or Instagram where there's one person and they're like, it's a 6. And the person on the other side's going, it's a 9. We all perceive and filter reality differently. And so in healthy conflict, we want to know, where did this person come from? Where did this person come from? And find that medium, right? So it's not having a difference of opinion. It's not having, awkward or difficult conflict conversations. And some of those tried and true methods that people will say or hear online going, that's not what happened. Is that really gaslighting? Well, it depends on the situation. But more often than not, it's actually not gaslighting, because somebody does get to defend themselves, their words and their actions, and say, hey, I see where you're coming from. However, my intention was XYZ, or I didn't actually say that. That was false information that was fed to you, or whatever the case might be. Everyone gets an opportunity to defend themselves. So some of those memes that you see going around online saying, well, actually, that's not true, that might not fall under the guise of gaslighting. So this is a huge conversation that I can take to a lot of different levels, but let's get some conversations going. What are you confused with or would like more information and knowledge around what is and isn't gaslighting so that you can become educated and aware from a place of knowing rather than just assuming because you've heard the term thrown around? Comment in, DM me, let me know, and I'll do more clips around this if you want more info. I'll chat with you guys again soon.